allow divine to surprise you. It's kind of like this energy where I'm hearing don't want to wait anymore. Okay, but I don't know if this is actually the energy you're picking up from someone you're connected to as well that's coming through. So, you know, and then you're allowing yourself to see this through your own lens in your life, something about that. But there's this energy of needing to trust, learning how to trust in whatever's coming next, in the unknown. Okay, so when you allow divine to surprise you, you've released control. There's not this excessive need to control how things unfold, what the journey is, what the goal looks like. And that is usually kind of often be a trauma response, because then it's in your control, so you'll be able to handle it. You've got all this that you've built inside yourself, the walls of guards to protect you are there, your safety, so you can handle it, you know, because that's where you're controlling everything, all of it. But this is where everything you've been putting into practice to release the armor, to surrender into your own softness for you, not for anyone else. This is where it comes into practice. Okay, you might have had examples of learning how to trust yourself, and it could be the smallest things, you know. I remember when I started yoga years ago, one thing that I learned is that I didn't trust my own body whilst I was doing the whole, you know, the different asanas, that kind of thing. So it's like little things might have proven to you where you need to learn how to hold yourself, hold that safety for yourself. So basically the activation of your inner divine masculine energies, okay? Because, you know, it's often the body that can hold so much of the trauma, the emotional wounding in different parts of the body. That's how it can, you know, manifest in all these different ways. Okay, so all of this is coming through for a reason, for whoever this message is for. It will align with you, okay? So let's see. Is this actually you, or is this an energy you're picking up from? That's the question. So, love divine to surprise you. I think that there's a need for an element of surprise. Maybe you're someone who, you know, you're even uncertain when it comes to being surprised, because you only want good surprises. You don't know what that surprise is going to entail. But actually beneath it, when you lift that veil, it's actually you don't know how you're going to be able to handle it, whatever it is. And that's tricky. That's so hard. Which tells me that you've had some serious masculine wounding within you to have to clear. It tells me that you haven't had that safety and protection around you. You haven't had the emotional stability or the physical safety, yeah. Just as I said that, Father Wounds, to hold that space for you. You might have outsourced that in ways that were, maybe it genuinely was just, you know, so surface level stuff. You've had to learn how to release that need for validation, if you will. You've had to reclaim that power back to you and recognize, no, you get to create this moving forwards. Divine is constantly offering you beautiful signs to keep that faith, the alignment, in understanding that everything's unfolding the way it needs to, and it does not make sense in the moment, but oh my gosh, it will. It will. Two of Cups at the bottom of the deck, okay? You're coming into alignment. And it starts with steady beginnings, creating that safety, that foundation within you. 8 of Wands here. 6 of Wands, see? This is fast progression for me. This is kind of this energy of, yes, there could be a lot of communication that hasn't been had, is what I'm getting. You know, this is why that other energy that's coming through, someone who's sick of waiting, right? But there's also this need to understand that when you create that foundation within you, you're always going to be winning, no matter what you're dealing with outside of you. And also something about your connection with the divine is so beautiful and so important here. Yeah, there's definitely communication. Got the Page of Swords there as well. There's a need to trust the masculine, which is why you've had to learn how to trust that masculine within you, which look like finding safety within yourself. Around you, maybe you had to work on your abundance path as well. Finding direction can be difficult, especially if you're on almost like that path of sacred union that I talk about, which we know is about finding that within you, right? That will not trigger whoever this message is for. You'll completely understand that. That's what this is. You're understanding that. You're used to emotional avoidance, which tells me that you're probably the one who's, wanting to do what it takes to ensure you're keeping someone's attention. Maybe you've been through that in the past. Okay, that's probably why you closed off I'm going to say what came through your heart. The Love's at the bottom of the deck, your heart, because there were so many guards, you wanted proof from outside of you that you're safe, but you didn't have that within you to begin with, which meant that the choices that you were making were just replicating the template, the foundation that had been built for you from a very young age. This is where you're building it yourself now. This Lover's card is beautiful. It's about no longer betraying your heart, but following it. And it's been on pause for a very long time. Your success in multiple areas of your life feels like it's been on pause. Maybe you truly are the one who's sick of waiting with that Hanged Man, but you've been learning so much. I think you need to pause and reflect on what you've been learning, because I don't think you've had that. There's been so much going on. Maybe there's been a lot in your headspace or even in your physical environment that has just kept you going, that you've not had the time to just pause and truly reflect and truly recognize those small things that was coming through, the small realizations of the lack of trust or whatever it is, to learn that actually you have been handling this. I think you've been handling a lot from what I'm seeing here, a lot of juggling different responsibilities. There's something about your abundance that's really important. It's kind of like I'm hearing juggling maybe different businesses or just different ways or ideas of making money. Okay, that relates to that masculine energy, even though ironically that feminine energy is that sacral center, which is all about the abundance, right? Putting it into action is going to be Ace of Pentacles. I really think that this is someone who you've been birthing an idea. Okay. Hi, lots just came through then. Okay, there's definitely communication that wants to come through, but I think someone's leading with logic here. Okay, strategy, if you will. Because they want to open a path and they want to move forward on this path, and they want to ensure that there's success on this path. However, this is someone who has not spoken their truth, their emotions. That's something almost new to them, or something that's been, maybe it just happened such a long time ago that they're just so guarded to it, but also there's a need to remember not to rush in. That's a don't want to wait anymore, that energy. Don't rush in if you can't maintain it and sustain it, right? Step by step. Because if you can rush in and then suddenly it overwhelms you, then what was the point? That's not healthy. That's not what you've been healing to get to this point for, right? Yes, you want a conversation. It's okay. That's good. It doesn't have to be all guns blazing is what I'm hearing. Maybe you say that. The Lovers did come out, and the Six of Cups, someone's reminiscing over something. Connection that they want to ground into their reality. They really want to, I'm hearing an offer. I'm also hitting apology, so that's why there's been this Six of Cups energy. Someone's been really sad in how they've been remembering. It's almost like melancholy, nostalgia, Let's get another one for that. They've really been learning how to access their heart, but they're still not fully there because, like I said, the way they want to approach this feels really, so there's some kind of guarding there. Yes, strength, literally strength of the heart, courage. This strength card is, there's paradise in the back, there's palm trees, there's beautiful sunset, and then you've got this taming the demons in the forefront, right? So you can enjoy that beautiful bliss that you want to move towards, that you have it within you to move towards. It all starts with emotional connection. This is a divine wanting to surprise you. Divine. I'm hearing you've had some divine interventions that have had to teach you how to communicate more healthily. Wow. Taming the lion. Taming the lion within. The lion can be beautiful energy, such courage and leadership and stamina, Yes, look at this Death card. There's a massive transformation taking place for your path of success. Let's get another one. None of this external energies, maybe it's all competition or something. None of that anymore. That's what's been transforming. I think the way you see your path of success is very different. It's in a different lens now. Okay, there's the Eight of Wands again. Wow. Yes. Okay. Much better. Someone was very, I'm hearing flighty, very that organs blazing energy. They're learning how to ground this down. And I think that they find it so hard to communicate their emotions, whether this is you or someone you're connected. This Eight of Wands is truly giving communication. You get the Eight of Swords, Eight of Wands. I keep saying, okay, someone clearly wants to get their words out, but they're finding difficulty here. Again, this could be you. So how somebody approaches this situation has very much changed. Okay, so again, this could be you or the person you're connected to, but there's much more slower movement, but that means it's grounded, it's more stable. So, you know, that energy that I was talking about, so they've had to learn patience. Perhaps you have too. You know, I think that there's a lot unsaid here, a lot of, I'm hearing specifically mind games, and I'm not sure that was intentional here. I think that there's just silence when there should have been truth about emotion. You know, like I said, there's difficult, and I think this is a two-way thing, having difficulty communicating your emotions, needing that validation externally before you go first, you know, whatever it is. Just clearly there was a lack of stability here in your foundation. You didn't create a strong foundation here. Look at the devil card at the bottom of the deck. During this pause, if you will, sacred pause, there's been a lot on the mind, a lot reminiscing over what has gone wrong. I'm not just talking about with it, you know, the connection that's coming through, but generally in your life, you know, trying to understand how to create that new path. Yeah, the 10 of Swords with that. And then the 3 of Cups. There's definitely been, I think there's been people involved here that you just haven't, like in your mind and in your heart, you haven't really released and let go of, you know. And that's hard, you know, it takes a while. Your heart requires time to heal, to really unravel yourself, because especially if you feel deeply and your subconscious mind is so, I'm thinking about Scorpio season, you know, this is a beautiful time to really delve into that version of yourself, to understand what's happening beneath the surface, to rise from that Scorpion energy to the eagle, to seeing things in all the different perspectives, to really gaining that understanding, to then the phoenix as you rise through those fires. Find your wings, you know, because that 10 of Swords, that's a dark cycle. I'm hearing dark night of the soul, where I think that somebody did truly turn to anything that they could to get them away from whatever was happening in their mind space, the mental anguish, you know, the internal conflict. I think this is where they just weren't speaking their truth to who they needed to. And I think they must have thought that there was no, or maybe they just didn't want to go there, or there was no option to, or something. Everything that they wanted that tore them away from their path, they moved towards. But look at this 10 of Cups now. Oh my God. I think this is what I mean by priorities. They've been juggling their priorities, but in doing so, they're really understanding what they want to invest in. That 10 of Swords turning into that 10 of Cups cycle, that happily ever after, true emotional fulfillment, you know. I think they've tried this in the past and it hasn't worked, and this is why there's this energy of umming and ahhing about how do I do this. Someone needs to let go of what was done in the past. And also there's this understanding that it's not just about money, it's about the emotional safety, you know. That's come through for a reason. Oh my God, so you got the Wheel, the Empress, the Emperor, and the 6 of Cups, and then the Ace of Pentacles. So there's definitely something to build here that you've both been thinking on. So this is definitely a two-way thing. The Emperor and the Empress of the Wheel. I think you've had to change so much in your own lives to get to this point where you can actually find alignment, where you're like, no, I'm ready to pursue this. Yeah, I'm not saying some perfect picture. I'm saying that internal alignment so that you can pursue what you know you're here to do, you know, to understand that better. Like I said, there's this need to release this way of thinking that in the past just caused so much turmoil. Let's get some more just to confirm. Someone wants something that they don't need to heal from anymore. Healing is a lifelong process. But yeah, they've had so much regret and sadness. I think when it comes to family, past connections where they tried to make it work and it just ended up in emotional grief and sadness. Look at this Empress, she came out. That's what you call activating your inner divine feminine, to glow up on that energy, you know, to really, like I said, that surrendering to your own softness, becoming a magnet to divine because you're actually allowing divine to surprise you. You know, you're learning how to trust. This Chariot is absolute forward progress. This is beautiful. Let's just get a couple more. I just want to confirm because I feel like, oh my God, the 10 of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. What? Okay. So it's definitely something that needs to be spoken on here, and it's to do with some kind of heartbreak. You need some clarity, whether it's speaking on it or just like clarity in your own mind. There's definitely something about that that's important because that's been a block to your abundance. there's something in your heart where you still have grief and sadness and loss over, that's been blocking you from truly, you are destined, I don't say this lightly, what's coming through is whoever this message is for is destined for a true path of success here. And you have been forced to slow down. Maybe, everything for a reason. Okay, everything for a reason. I've just gone to these from reasons, so let's see what this is. This is where that transformation has taken part, and it's on your path of success. I'm hearing that you had to ignite your true purpose to a degree. I think your true self, the flame within you, where was it truly guiding you? Something about your third eye is really important here as well. Loving yourself first. You have to learn how to retreat. You have to disconnect. There's way too much going on here. Your self-respect, not allowing anything less than that emotional availability. The walls are up and guards are up. Can't create safety for you to be in your softness and surrenderedness. And yeah, okay, it might have been a two-way thing, but you were just soaking through what you were receiving, that template. Yeah, pay attention to the red flags. That's what you've attracted people in the past, right? But that's where you've had to learn so much. Yes, that light-hearted energy, I think that it's got you in trouble in the past, that I'm hearing that validation energy. And that's what you've had to kind of retreat from, so you can call your power back to you and start to understand truly what you are worthy of when it comes to that initial communication, that grounded energy, the true emotion. Yeah, okay, it doesn't have to be like, I'm talking about love bombing or whatever. I'm talking about genuinity, authenticity, truth. No masks and falsity, making the effort. You deserve someone who makes the effort, but you also have to recognize you're worthy of that and what you are able to give. Learning how to trust people and others and whoever. Worth waiting for. Divine timing is at play. Okay. Oh my God, look at that. Trust. And then reconciliation. Oh my God, and then separate. There's definitely been a separation here. The trust is real. Allow the situation asking you to allow it to, basically, the natural divine unfold of it has been so important for you. You've already had to have some lessons on that. I'm just going to get some, wow. Yeah, that clarity then is that there is this energy of reconciliation. It feels like it's currently coming into some kind of alignment, but this is why you've got to pay attention to what you're not going to allow anymore. It could be through other people, other things, that want to come through. What's truly grounded. Take your time. Anything rushes you, then that's your answer, right? Patience with yourself, because actually you don't need to hold on to that past timeline anymore. And that's exactly where you're being asked to clear through that mind space and that heart space now, to open the room for divine to bring through the surprise that it wants to. The High Priestess, so your third eye is important. The High Priestess, so you must have very strong intuition, that inner knowing. Maybe you feel something's coming, but allow it to. Don't need the answers. Silence and secrets as well, so there's definitely silence. We know this. Some things need to be spoke on, yes. Literally what I've just said. So allow it to touch. Rest, refocus. Have some time to contemplate as well, whatever's coming through for you on your, as in the heart and the head that was coming through. Look at that, Gemini, they're lovers. So you've got to find your alignment within here, not just think about someone else approaching you or coming into alignment with someone else. It's about what's going on within you right now. Those blocks that I was talking about. Just some time to meditate. Find stillness, silence, whatever works for you. Allow the divine unfold. Divine timing, timeless, whatever if this is such divinely orchestrated, is not the timing of the human, this is divine timing at play right now. That's why it doesn't make sense maybe to other people around you, is what I'm hearing. It's not supposed to. This is your soul path. You're activated on this journey for a reason. You've had some clearing to do that other people can't see with their human eyes. You truly have to delve within. So you're no stranger to that, okay? Scorpio energies, yeah. Pisces season as well. Again, Pisces, that, moon energy as well. It's important. Maybe you had something significant. I've got the Gemini card again. Lovers, the bottom of the deck. that love, that openness, that alignment with the right partnerships and collaborations and this reconciliation, right? It's for a reason. It's the right alignment. So, yeah, maybe it's something significant taking place in Pisces season for you. I'm thinking about the eclipses as well. Eclipse energies. Okay. Oh my God, Uranus, the Fool. So there definitely is an opportunity coming through here, but it's like you're internally being prepared for this, so you can say yes to this opportunity, this chariot, this, you know, yes, I've got the reins on that energy, you know, that internal balance and trusting it, letting go. Oh my God, the chariot again. Ah, the willpower, the determination. Your success path is going to, I feel like it's going to go, you know, just all speed ahead kind of thing, you know. I'm seeing like the fire and the back, you know, there's exhaust, this fire that comes out, the flames, and then you're off, you know. King of Fire, I got the Prince of Fire at the bottom here. So 7 days, something's happening within 7 days for you. That's going to really give you, oh my gosh, got the King and Queen of Fire that came out together like this. So whatever's happening within the 7 days is going to unfold over the next 2 weeks. That's going to create something that's going to be forward progress for you. I think this is to do with your path of success. Okay, that's important for you. So that's important. Then we've got the Prince of Fire. I'm in Sagittarius season twice, so that's going to be really important for some serious changes to come through. Yeah, I'm going to go. What else? Okay, you've got 2. Okay, so there's a cycle closing out here. You've got the Emperor coming out in this deck. So Empress over there, Emperor here. Yeah. Okay. That makes sense. Strength card here. Again, the Strength card. Got Leo energies. So, Capricorn as well. So you're massively about to close out a cycle. Keep going. Stay focused. Release when the emotion comes through, you know better. You've been healing through this and working on it. Right? Capricorn season again. Wintertime. Something's manifesting for you. The Magician, something you've truly been working on. Again, it could be that communication. Because that Emperor came out there, so that's really interesting. I'm going to quickly see. You need to be aware of moving forwards. Ah, okay. Conclusions are within reach. What do you need to be aware of moving forward? Let's find out. Oh my God. You've got Aries energy is quite significant here, okay? So a fiery climax approaches and it's time to take action. So that energy could be important within you. Either it's in your top 3, in your chart somewhere where it's prominent, or just, you know, the energy around you or something. You know, there's a lot of full speed ahead in that energy. You know, it's interesting. And then you've got dominant pride getting your way here. That action energy is real. That really is that determination, you know, that no longer waiting, that divine masculine taking action. With that Emperor as well, they're definitely going to close out a cycle as they do this. Conclusions are within reach. And then a fiery climax, you know. That's really interesting. You're very close to achieving your goal. There's definitely something that has been on your mind. A time for healing. Working through your fears, Scorpio energies. Nothing will come of this situation. Okay. If there's some kind of Aries energy involved, then that's something about that is being closed out. But also, this determination, this fire to go will come once the healing has kind of unfolded when it comes to, you know, I was talking about you internally, that grief, that emotion, the sadness, the release. Once you've really understood that better, because your perspective you're gaining is going to be a big deal for you. Okay, I'm going to get a animal card for divine masculine energy. Okay, so there's definitely a phoenix moment. So that was that phoenix that was coming through. Absolute transformation, catalytic heart awakening. Okay, so you've got the geese. So there could be relocation taking place here. Okay, migration on a quest, dependable, leaving no one behind, faithful. Okay, divine feminine. That's the divine masculine energy. Truly is going through a huge transformation. Okay, so divine feminine, the elephant. So that's really beautiful. So you are easily removing obstacles. So you can recognize this and you have the ability within you, you know you do, to clear through this. That's why you're more up. You're coming up with the Empress, you know, you're understanding that, gentle, keeping your wits about you, you know. Remember the energies that come through, those red flags, what you're worth, your self-respect, not just this light-hearted energy. where it's like coming in and whatever, flirty, you know, something that you can create trust with. Wise, trust, telepathy, supportive. Let's get another one. The dolphins. I like that. That's really beautiful. Number 12. Peace, harmony, helpful, effective communication, playful, humor, fun, in tune with others, collaboration, joy. That's the energy you need to bring back with this leap of faith, because you've got the Uranus card there as well, the Fool. Whatever's coming unraveling over the next 2 weeks, I think is going to really create like a new energy, if you will. You've just got to trust it, you know, and trust yourself to unravel what's happening moving forwards. As these emotions are cleared through and you've really grounded and understand what you are worthy of, you understand that whatever this is that wants to come through has been worth waiting for, because now you're way more ready and you're way more sure of who you are and what you deserve. So the conclusions that are coming through with this Phoenix that's happening clearly for divine masculine energy, that needs to take place, because I think that 10 of Swords as well has been something to do with them that they've just been hung up in, okay? And again, this could truly be the energy within you. I just keep hearing that, you know. So, yeah, I'm hearing a battle of emotion. It honestly feels like someone doesn't want to repeat the cycle of the past, okay? So, this is why I think they've been detached until they're in this position where they can fully close out that and understand it. And I think that just comes with them understanding it, understanding their emotion with it. I think they've been way too caught up. I'm just going to quickly get you a couple of these. They've been so caught up in it that they've not had that reflection time that I was talking about, okay? That's where that time for healing came through. Yeah, there's way more beneath the surface here. Way more going on. The iceberg, 26, more than meets the eye, the unseen. Look deeper. So it might be cold and seem a bit mysterious, but they're dealing with something in their subconscious and buried memories. There's hidden depths here, complex. And if this is you that I mentioned, then I feel like you know. I do feel like you know how to handle this. There's been something here that felt like it was a sudden ending, and that was because there was something else going on, you know? And I'm not just talking about, another person, where I'm talking about deeply within. That needed to be addressed, okay? Do you feel like you're moving into harvest season though, you know? Yeah. There needs to be a detour. Something happened here for that hanged man to come through, that sacred pause. Someone had to rethink their priorities. I don't think they were expecting whatever happened to happen. 30, course disruption, delays, turn of events, a different path to what they were thinking, obstacles. I think Divine Feminine, as you've been learning how to navigate obstacles so healthily and beautifully, this can really help the energy of the connection as well. Yeah, look at that. I knew this was going to come out. Complications. There's been way too much complication. Yeah, oh my God. What is going on? The red flag again. They've had to really learn about red flags. This is why they're very strategic with how they're moving forwards. Boomerang, something's coming back. Yeah, this is what I was saying, strategic planning, because of this new beginning, the renewal, transformation, Queen of Hearts. With this self-expression, the drum. So they want to be precise here. They want to be heard. This is about birth as well. Pregnancy. Let's get some more clarity for you. My God. Whatever that, yeah, wow, beautiful. Communication, there's clearly been a block in communication massively. Whatever this red flag energy is that they were caught up in, you know, they've been healing through that. And I think you've been healing through your own here, because with this, your path of success is going to be, remember, going off. But with that beautiful Wheel of Fortune there, you know, you've already been allowing things to close out, and you've been allowing yourself to step back and understand it. Now this communication wants to come through. This is about harmony, uniting, doing things together, right? 12, connecting, integrating, overcoming barriers, which you're better at doing now, remember. So compromise, it says as well. That's beautiful. Anything else you need to be aware of? Ball and chain. This is the truth that's going to come to light. Something's been way more happening here. Some kind of difficult relationship, codependency, addictions. Truly, you know, 35. Heavy burden. Someone's been weighed down. I think they were stuck for a while. In whatever this is, okay? But oh my God. The sun and the sunrise have come out just after that. So darkest before dawn, better days ahead. Got number 6 and 31 here as well, okay? So happy beginning. A new day, darkest before dawn, hope, clarity, obstacles overcome yet again that's coming through. There's this internal preparation that's allowed you to overcome whatever obstacles have crossed your path, you know. Oh, problems are ending. There's a brighter future. There's an awakening here, a fresh start. And I do feel that energy. There's this just wanting to close out whatever that was, so this new Ten of Pentacles and truly come through, which is why you're being guided truly to whatever bit you're still holding on to, that grief, that internal stuff, that actually you're prepared enough to move forwards now. You need to address that. Don't hold it against yourself or anyone else. Just recognize it's time to release that, you know. Allow the evolution the way it needs to. Allow others to evolve. Allow yourself and your path to be where it needs to be. Allow divine to surprise you. The sun. Wow. Yes. The energy, power, climax, fulfilled, radiant, success. This is a divine masculine card as well. So that's coming through heavy for this. And I think it's just the energy around you, but also within you. There's victory here. There's happiness. There's warmth. Daytime. No longer hiding it in the shadows. Coming to light, okay? From what this is coming through as, the best thing that you can do, divine feminine here, is to detach and allow yourself to understand what's happening, because I feel like that's the best thing that's going to allow this true new beginning to come through, instead of just acting on maybe past emotion, okay? Because if this is yours, then it's yours, you know. You don't need to act a certain way or whatever, you know, rush in or anything like that. Okay, just some clarity moving forwards for you, okay? The sun, you're definitely going to have a decision to make. No longer be in this energy. This is just a constant theme, you know. You have the ability within you now to create what this is. This is sun energy, this new beginning. The Fool's come out twice for you. There's just this shadowy energy that I think you've been working on, but it's going to be ignited within you. Again, especially with this reconciliation card, it can really bring through the same red flags that were in the past, but this is where things have changed. So this Phoenix is coming out with a divine masculine, you know. Allow the evolution of others, allow them the space to and I think if this message is for you, you actually really want to allow them the space to maybe really step into that role, their true embodiment of that energy, you know. I'm hearing something about proving themselves. Because I make the effort as well, you know. Someone really wants to put the work in, kind of thing. Clarity moving forwards. You don't need to take with you that energy of, you know, being abandoned anymore, because you're not abandoning yourself anymore. The Ace of Cups, the Six of Pentacles, new beginning in love, in your heart space, where there's balance, where there's equal give and receive, where you can have those raw and honest conversations. Doesn't mean that there's not going to be playfulness and fun, and, you know, that, and exactly the Ace of Wands, the Queen of Wands, or that passion, you know. It doesn't negate that at all. It actually strengthens your bond, and you two become a power couple like that. And with the Eight of Wands, you really need to get clarity on how to communicate with each other. God, King of Pentacles as well, you know, provider energy. Queen of Wands is giving, I'm magnetic in my glow, loving on herself, you know. Because of course she's connected to someone who is safety, is her safe space. Works both ways. Seven of Swords, that's not happened in the past. Someone felt like an option, or felt like they just weren't prioritised, or like I said, that iceberg is there. There was way more happening beneath the surface. It wasn't just about you. Queen of Cups, the Star. You had a very giving heart when whoever this is was in the past, and that's where you felt the betrayal so hard in your heart, because, you know, you don't just give to anyone and everyone. Yeah, maybe you have that love, that divine love. You're connected to that universe divine love, of course, but when it comes to truly accessing you, not everyone gets there, and so that's why you had to learn healthy boundaries for your heart space. That's where that red flag energy is coming through. Know what you're worth, not just that light-hearted, I can come in when I want energy anymore. No, come in with truth, authenticity, depth, emotion, truth. Truth is coming through big for this. Okay, I'm just going to quickly get another one. Aquarius energy is coming through as well. What else? Knight of Cups. See? But then the Devil. So, no more falsity and illusion and led by desire and lust. You know, that's why I think you're going to need to detach, because someone needs to have time to reflect and hold on. How am I approaching this? Oh, it needs to be this way. The solid offer that can be trusted, you know, even if it is just for conversation. Six of Cups, Six of Swords, progress from the past. Oh my God, the Three of Pentacles and the Two of Cups. Someone's been thinking a lot of wanting to do this together, coming together to do this, and releasing and detaching from everything that was stopping them, that ball and chain energy. They've been focused on where they want to go. And it's becoming more and more solidified in their mind, and actually in how they're seeing their reality now. So that's important. But as for you, you know your worth. Allow divine to surprise you. Allow the element of miracles to come through, okay? No more excessive control, because you trust yourself to handle what's happening moving forwards, okay? You've got this. Sending love.